ドジャースの佐々木朗希が日本時間18日、敵地で行われたヤンキース戦に先発登板し、6回途中まで5安打1失点に抑えました。この日はメジャー移籍後最速となる 101.8 マイル、約 163.8 キロを計測するなど、100マイル、約 160.9 キロを超える剛速球を連発。フォーシームの平均球速は 100.1 マイル、約161キロに達し、最速は 101.8 マイルを記録しました。MLB 公式のサラ・ラングス記者は、佐々木がこの試合で100マイル以上を21球計測したことを紹介。投球トラッキングデータの計測が始まった2008年以降、ドジャースの投手が1試合で記録した100マイル以上の投球数としては最多と、その圧巻の投球を称賛しました。試合後も関係者からは、佐々木の投球を高く評価する声が相次いでいます。これらの模様を日本語字幕付きでご紹介します。
But coming into this game today, a lot of the news was about Shohei Ohtani. You guys mentioned that going into the All-Star break, news did break that he was not going to take part in the All-Star game. He was actually going to have an injection to adjust or to deal with that left knee that's been causing some inflammation, a bit of discomfort for him. Dave Roberts gave the update as to how Shohei has been feeling since having that injection. And of course, the good news with him being back in the lineup tonight as the DH.
He got an orthovis shot, injection, which is like a lubricant. So he got a lubricant in his knee, and that was what took place that Sunday.
So then looking ahead, now that he's been able to have this, how does that either address some of that knee pain he was experiencing, and what does that mean just for what his role is going to be as a two-way player, or even him on the mound, since that seems to be where he's been feeling the pain the most?
Well, I think that it gives him some relief in his knee, which we're hoping to get, and then the 4 days off from activity, which gets it all to kind of settle in. And then as far as plan of action, have him in the lineup for these 3 games and watch him play catch, and probably, I think the expectation is have him pitch on Wednesday in Philadelphia.
To start the season, you had to find different ways to manage him. Do you think that that's going to be a similar theme for you in the second half of the season?
I think it's all contingent on how his knee's feeling. I think we are certainly more prepared to back off on the workload. If it calls for it. But Shohei wants to be out there as much as he possibly can.
The good news is that the injection in that left knee for Shohei Ohtani, it did take, and he did admit that he's feeling better. But for him, where he's feeling most of that knee discomfort and pain, or even some of the inflammation that he's been dealing with, is when he's on the mound. And so he's been working through a few mechanical changes. Even Mark Pryor said that they feel like he has an idea as what he needs to do, but due to his two-way role, it does make it a little bit more challenging to lock that in a little bit quicker. So the hope is that not only did he have the 4 days off during the All-Star break just to allow himself physically to reset, but also that he's been able to kind of get a better grip on adjusting some of those mechanical things, that there's less pressure on that left knee, since that has been where most of the pain has been coming from, guys.
Good stuff as always. Kirsten, we'll talk to you coming up later in the show. So let's talk a little Shohei. James, I'll start with you. He didn't travel to the All-Star game, of course, as we just heard from Dave Roberts there. Took some time to get some treatment and get right. Your reactions to Shohei?
Yeah, I think they played it smart. We've seen them do that with catchers, right? Give them multiple days off. You get the All-Star break. And really, managing him, because he wants to be the best player ever, and he is the best player ever. And I really feel like, he's a guy that's like, hey, look, I'm feeling pretty good. I want to go out there. But that's the job of the training staff. That's the job of everyone else. And the way he's been pitching this year, he's been pitching incredible. And he goes deep in the count. So I think that's a thing that has really put a lot of, force on that knee, where he's, maybe not always going 7-8 innings, but he's throwing a lot of pitches, giving you max effort, going deep in the count. So I think it was, a good thing by them. Hopefully manage it Wednesday, probably be on a pitch count, I would think. And as far as hitting, to let him hit, let him do his thing, and just not going to really probably steal too many bases.
The one thing about Shohei, he's very aware of where he is in the game of baseball as far as being the star. And for him to skip the All-Star game, he didn't take that lightly, but he's got to make sure he puts the team ahead of his own personal goals and understand, I got to make sure I keep this knee right or get it right. Obviously, the injection and the knee drain, they say it's took, but I'm anxious to see how his knee reacts the next couple of days. I think that's going to be telling. And hopefully, he's scheduled to pitch on Wednesday with the day off Thursday. Hopefully, he's able to make that start and really has a great second half. But he understands cool to go to the All-Star game. It's very important to be an All-Star and play in that game, but his knee is the most important, and playing for the Dodgers is the most important thing. So he did the team a favor, making sure he got it right during the break.
The best thing is that he's available here to start the second half.
John's on here, so I'm going big show, Shohei Ohtani, low-hanging fruit. I get it. I don't care. He's a guy rested, ready to go.
That's actually someone he would always take. I'm going to go with Roki Sasaki, and I'm going to let you guys tell the people why.
Whoa.
Because I don't think there's any better opportunity than stepping into Yankee Stadium and doing what you got to do.
The energy is going to be there, without question. The energy is going to be there. Hopefully, you can feed off the energy. And James, you pointed out earlier, strike one is vital, especially against this lineup. Number one in what? Home runs in that ballpark, he cannot get behind. But if he could strike one, he can use that devastating split.
Yeah, I think what happens a lot of times is guys shy away from their fastball because it starts getting hit. I mean, guys are hitting 314 off the fastball, but that does not mean you don't throw it. That means you try to execute it, you try to spot it, you try to make sure, you know, each plan for your for the batter is, okay, I can go here, I can go there, but you can't shy away from it. You got to know how to elevate it, you got to know how to keep it down and mix in that split. I mean, the split, guys are hitting 170, so he falls in love with that too much. I think sometimes it's hard to control. Got to be able to mix those pitches in.
You guys talk details, you talk numbers there, but I wanted you to take me inside the mental side. His first time pitching in Yankee Stadium as a starter.
Well, obviously, he's known about this stadium. It's a historic stadium. Obviously, it's not the old Yankee Stadium, but it's still a great place to play. The fans are going to be raucous. They're going to be loud. He knows that going in, but he's pitched in tough environments before, especially last year in Philadelphia. That's a tough place to play as well. So hopefully he channels that energy and focus in the strike zone.
It's a very distinguished word to use there, raucous. I like that.
Take us one step further and actually hit me with how they have success against Garrett Cole.
Oh, against Garrett Cole?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, for him, Garrett Cole's coming right at you. The best pitchers always come right at you. Being ready to hit and having that game plan. A lot of times, Garrett Cole likes to throw inside as well.
Yes.
Being ready to get the bat head out there, not always going the other way. Being ready for that pull side at times.
Garrett Cole's a throwback right-hand, old school. Nolan Ryan, Roger Clemens. Here's my fastball. Let me see if you can hit it. Love that.
Of course, didn't have Shohei Ohtani during the All-Star game. He had that knee drain, got a shot in the knee on Sunday to finish off the first half, but he's in the lineup leading off tonight.
Yeah, we've got the medical update. Now what we need from him is how does he perform? That back leg, the left leg, is the one that twists as he goes through and puts the weight into the baseball, and he's not going to pitch in this series, so we'll see when that gets announced he's going to pitch. But right now, the most important thing is he's in there leading off.
And he'll have his work cut out for him. All the Dodgers will as they open up this series against Garrett Cole to the Yankees. Instead, they got 5 unearned runs. Another strikeout for Sasaki. Easy 100. And he's putting the 100 where he wants it.
Got a chase right there because he was already ahead with 2 strikes. Pitches out of the zone. The Yankees are not catching up to, and he's also getting people out in the zone. But if they're going to chase like this with the stuff he has tonight, it's going to continue to look like a hot knife through butter.
Back-to-back Ks, the 3 and 4 hitters in the Yankees lineup here in the 4th. 14 swings and misses already for Sasaki. And he's distributed those across all 3 of his pitches. 5 on his fastball, 5 on his slider, 4 on his splitter.
Nights like this for Roki are just a wonderful blessing of feeling like what we're working on is going to work, and I just need you to stay with it. But it makes the other nights when he's inconsistent maddening to know you can be this good with command and rhythm. And the combination that he's throwing the ball at 100, 101 with location tells you that there is that kind of full potential in this body. You want to really trust your catcher now if you're going to go with the splitter. You don't want to hang it. You got to put it down by the dirt.
Oh my goodness. Through
This
the legs of Dalton rushing, and it's 1-0 Yankees.
It looked like he was trying to frame it and move the glove too far. Man on third, just catch it. Yeah, he's trying to bring it up and just mistimes it. It was definitely a pass ball.
Defense so spectacular for a lot of this season. It was downright ugly for the last few days of the first half, and it continues right here in the 4th. Sasaki gets strike 1 and a splitter. He's had that fastball humming tonight. Came into the game for his career with 15 100-mile-per-hour pitches. He's got 17 tonight.
With location.
Spinning pop fly, back of third. Muncy gives way to Betts for the first out.
With that fastball that we are promoting the velocity, he's thrown 29 of them and 20 for strikes. So 70% strike percentage is outstanding when you're throwing it 99 to 101.
Dave Roberts said that he felt like those last 3 innings against the Rockies in his last start, when he got out of the jam and then retired 9 in a row to finish, he said he felt a return of his conviction, a return of his belief in his stuff. And Dalton Rushing was talking about the same thing going into last start. So the stuff is there. It's not an inability to put it where he wants it. It's, he thought, a lack of conviction. And so Dalton's message to him was trust it. Trust that you have good stuff and you can put it in the strike zone. And he's getting evidence of that tonight.
Dalton has struggled back there catching the ball here tonight. I mean, it's real easy to say when the pass ball scores the run, but there have been a few other clanks. But it's probably the fact that Sasaki is at 101. And he's trying to frame it for him on the edges, and he's also got an outstanding split tonight that sometimes it's going straight down and sometimes it's going left to right.
Max, before we talk about you getting things done on both sides of the ball, we have to talk about that play from Andy, then to Mookie, then of course to Dalton to keep it a 1-run game. When you look at just how perfectly executed that play was, how would you describe it or put it to words?
It was great, almost perfection. We could have, Andy could have made a little more online throw, but he got it in quick. That was the big thing. Gave Mookie a chance, and obviously the throw from Mook on the run, the tag from Dalton, just all almost perfection.
We always know something's going to happen when these two teams come together, but if we go just to your at-bat, the 2-run homer against Garrett Cole, felt like he was going to come out of the game ahead of your at-bat, but ultimately he stayed in there. You made him battle. What were you looking for, just fouling off those pitches, looking to get that swing?
Just trying to get something up in the zone. He was locating really well tonight. I felt like I had missed the slider the first 2 at bats. Thought I had a good one to hit, and I popped it up, and he finally left one over the plate, and I was able to put it where I wanted.
You obviously are coming off the All-Star game, so you were able to keep your bat moving during this All-Star break. But for you, that swing, when you crush the ball like that, what does it say to you just to where you're at now on this back third of the season?
Hopefully, it says I'm in a good spot. It's a little too early to tell, but the swing felt great. The result was better, and gave us a chance to win.
Okay, before I let you go, Roki Sasaki hitting triple digits multiple times. What did you just see from him on the mound tonight?
He looked great. He looked really, really good. He pitched an unbelievable game, gave us a good chance to win, and that's really all you can ask for.
Max, of course, it's an exciting start to the second half of the season, but congratulations on this win tonight.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
You threw your hardest pitch in the major leagues today. What do you think has allowed you to get that velocity up to where it was today?
メジャーリーグで今日一番球速が速かったと思うんですけど、それを可能にしたのはどんなことだったんですか。理由はありますか。
少し休みもありましたし、試合間隔も空いたし、あとはホームでもまた微調整したところが、感覚良かったので、そこが良かったのかなと思います。
I think I got some break in All-Star break, and also I made some adjustment on my delivery, and it really helped me out. So,
what types of adjustments were you able to make, and how quickly were you able to feel the results?
どんな感じでちょっと調整したのかと、どれくらいそれがすぐものにできた感じですか。
1試合なのではっきりとは言えないんですけど、下半身というか、そこら辺の使い方を、少し見直して、それが良かったと思います。
Yeah, it's just still one game, so it's really hard to tell what's exactly going on. But I kind of changed the way to use lower body, so I think it's really helped me out to get the below up.
Were you expecting to look up and see 101 before starts? Do you have an idea of where your velocity is going to be?
その試合投げてて見た時にその101とかあったと思うんですけれども、そういうふうな期待してたか予想していましたか。
スピードも後ろに表示されてなかなか見れなかったので、最初は全然分かんなかったんですけど、2人目打ち取った時に後ろで数字見えて、力強さはあったんですけど、そこまで出てる感覚もなかったので、投げながら今日は強いまっすぐ投げてるなとは思ってました。
Yeah, when I looked at the velo, I didn't actually feel, I had a great intensity, but velo was actually there, so I think it was a good thing. Yeah.
Roki's line tonight through 5 2/3 innings, 94 pitches, 5 strikeouts, 5 hits, just a walk. What do you make of it, Jay Hare?
Well, definitely a step. I'm going to say a couple steps in the right direction. Love the velocity. Yes, it was there, but more importantly, the command was there. Only gave up 1 free pass, which is vital at the big league level. The wipeout stuff you saw there because he was ahead of the count. James talked about it in the pregame show. Strike 1 is vital. He did that tonight and was able to put away guys and give us a really good start.
Yeah, you saw a lot of those pitches right there. They started, middle belt line and disappearing out of the strike zone, getting that swing and miss. Great play there by Andy Paz as well. But I think with Roki, too, is, I'm having confidence with this team. This team has given me a chance to learn at the major league level. Not a lot of teams can do that. They'll send you down to AAA because they need to win every single game. At least that's how they feel. The Dodgers know they're going to win games over time. They let him learn at this level. And seeing him learning at this level, commanding the pitches, and attacking the guys. I don't think he ever loses his confidence. It's just his stuff is so good that it moves so much that it's hard to control. And, for him, it's just feeling that, knowing his release point, knowing his timing.
Dave, just Roki Sasaki. For him, not only just getting triple digits multiple times to see the command that he had, how impressed were you with his performance tonight?
Very impressive. Gosh, the velocity was up. He dialed it up. It sort of reminded me of when Yamamoto was here a couple years ago, and that performance he put out, and the velocity, everything ticked up. And tonight he was. You could see the focus, and I think that it's one of those things where he wanted to, get off on the right foot in the second half, and he did just that.
For Yoshi, that performance that you mentioned a few years ago, that was a turning point for him. Do you think this one can be a turning point for Roki?
I hope so. It's a good team over there, and on the road, and to battle his emotions and go out there and put forth that effort that he did tonight was fun to watch. And so hopefully he continues to build on that, and keeps getting confidence.
What different of a guy is he when he's 100, 101 as opposed to 97, 98?
It's a big difference, and you just don't know if 101, 102 is going to be out there every start, but it certainly gives you a lot more margin. But even with that, his split command was really good. He got a lot of swing and miss with it.
Do you have a sense of how repeatable the adjustments he made before this will be?
I guess time will tell. I guess it's in that bucket. I know that he did a lot of work over the break and really looked forward to this start right here. So, like I said, hopefully it's something he can keep building on.
Did you have a sense he was going to come out throwing like that, or when you saw 102 on the board in the first inning, was that kind of a surprise?
I got a big smile on my face when I saw 102. So you didn't know. I didn't know what we were going to get from him, given the first start from the break. But after that first inning, or during that first inning, it was pretty exciting.
What do you think of Max's at-bat to come back and hit that home run?
It was great. It was a tough decision for Booney, and obviously you're thinking about going to the pen, or do you let your ace go after Max and Tucker, and Max spoiled some good pitches and then got a pitch in his wheelhouse and put a good swing on it. But good ball game, and even that relay from Andy to Mookie, redirecting and made a great throw, and rushing right there made a great tag. So good baseball play.